The galaxy's Council of Elders had gathered in the Grand Chamber of Aurealis, a massive space station that floated silently in the black void. Stars glittered through the wide windows, casting pale light on the polished floors. The Elders had ruled the major civilizations for centuries, keeping order and balance among the stars. Today, however, their calm was fractured. Elder Kim Yunho rose from his seat with a grave look in his eyes. His voice echoed clearly as he addressed the council. "They warned us," Yunho said. "We have been warned about humans. They are not what they seem. They are young, yes, but their potential is far beyond what we understand. We cannot ignore them." Some elders frowned, leaning back in their chairs. Elder Park Hae-jin shook his head. "Yunho, we have seen them. They are primitive, small fleets, simple ships. They have barely left their star system. How could they threaten the balance of the galaxy?" Yunho's hands clenched. "They adapt. They learn. Their minds are creative in ways our intelligence cannot fully measure. They can turn even the simplest tools into weapons, and their growth is accelerating faster than anything we have seen. If we do not act soon, it will be too late." Murmurs filled the chamber. Elder Choi Min-seok tapped a finger against his console. "Warnings have come before, and we have survived. Why should this species be different?" Yunho looked out the window, at the distant blue and green dot of a human-colonized planet. "Because they are human," he said simply. "And humans are dangerous in ways we have never faced before." Far across the stars on the planet Dahan Prime, the humans did not know they were being watched. The planet was quiet, peaceful. Cities dotted the landscape, but the humans spent much of their time in the skies, on ships that soared above the clouds. Captain Lee Sun-woo sat in the control room of the ship Hwarang, looking at the digital maps before him. The ship was on a routine survey mission near the asteroid belt that orbited the outer edge of Dahan Prime's system. "Scanning complete," said Engineer Park Ji-hoon, checking the consoles. His voice was calm, precise. "Asteroid field stable. No anomalies detected." Pilot Choi Hee-jin adjusted the ship's trajectory. "Good, let's keep the formation tight. We don't want to lose anyone out here." Sun-woo nodded. "Remember, we are exploring. Not attacking, but stay alert. Even routine missions can turn dangerous." In the lab section of the ship, scientist Kang Soo-min examined readings from energy experiments the humans had been developing. Humans were testing new propulsion systems, quantum energy fields, and small-scale energy weapons. The other races would have laughed at their rudimentary appearance, but Kang Soo-min knew better. These systems were simple to the eye, but they could be combined in ways that made them deadly. "Captain," Kang said, "we might need to run another test of the quantum pulse. The field is stable, but I want to see how it responds in a high-pressure environment." Sun-woo smiled slightly. "Do it, but make sure the crew is ready. Last thing I want is a surprise malfunction in the middle of the asteroid belt." The humans moved with quiet precision. Their ships were smaller than the fleets of the neighboring Zalari or Zyrathians, but they were fast, adaptable, and able to repair themselves quickly. Where other species relied on numbers and brute force, humans relied on creativity and teamwork. Back at the council, Yunho's warnings were ignored by most. Elder Park Hae-jin argued with passion. "We have bigger problems. The Zyrathian border is unstable. They will not wait for us to worry about a minor human colony. We should focus on the real threat." Yunho's eyes hardened. "Minor, you call them minor now. Wait until you see what they can do." In the orbit of Dahan Prime, the human sensors detected an unknown ship entering the system. Sun-woo leaned forward. "Hae-jin, visual on that vessel. Ji-hoon, check for weapons. Soo-min, analyze energy signatures." The ship was large, angular, with dark plating that reflected the sunlight. "Unknown origin," Ji-hoon said. "Weaponry is advanced. Shields are strong." Hee-jin's fingers danced across the console. "It's not moving aggressively. Could be a scout. But we stay ready." Sun-woo nodded. "Prepare for communication. Let's see who they are before they see us as a threat." The message went out. Simple greetings, identification of the human fleet, and an offer of peaceful contact. Minutes passed like hours. Finally, the response came. But it was not in a language the humans recognized. "We will translate," Soo-min said, working quickly. The translation revealed a cold and formal message. "You are observed. Do not leave your planet. Your actions are noted. Compliance is required." Sun-woo's brow furrowed. "Not exactly a warm welcome." Hee-jin chuckled nervously. "They're being polite in their own way." Ji-hoon shook his head. "It is a warning. They expect obedience." Suman's voice was serious. And they have no idea what they are dealing with. Humans may seem small, but we can adapt faster than anyone expects. Sunwoo stood, looking out at the black space dotted with stars. Then we show them who we are, carefully. We show them without provoking a war if we can. But if they push, we push back. Yunho, far away in the council chamber, had no way of knowing that humans were already aware of their warnings, in their own way. He had hoped the other races would act, but now it seemed the humans would prove themselves whether the galaxy listened or not. The days passed quickly. Humans continued their experiments, testing their ships, refining their weapons, and studying the asteroid fields for strategic advantage. Sunwoo spent long hours with his officers, planning simulations, running drills, and making sure the crew could respond to any threat. In the council, the elders debated. Some still refused to believe Yunho. Elder Choi Min-seok said, "They are children. We have fought larger and stronger foes before. Humans are nothing in comparison." But Yunho persisted. "They are children, yes, but children who learn faster than any of us can imagine. And they are determined. Watch them closely. The galaxy underestimates them at its peril." Back on Dihan Prime, the humans prepared for the possibility of conflict. They did not fear the unknown ships, they respected them, but they did not bow. They had a planet to protect, a people to safeguard, and a future to secure. Every human knew that intelligence, courage, and teamwork could defeat numbers no matter how large the enemy. Captain Sunwoo looked at his crew. "We do not attack unless attacked. We show them humans can be fair, clever, and strong. Let the galaxy think we are small. Let them learn later that small does not mean weak." Engineer Ji-hoon smiled. "I like that, Captain. Let them learn the hard way." Pilot Hee-jin laughed softly. "It is fun to surprise them, isn't it?" Scientist Suman nodded. "Yes, they think they know us. Soon they will see they know nothing." In the darkness of space, the human fleet glided silently. Ships hummed with energy. Shields flickered with quiet power, and the crew worked with calm efficiency. They were young. They were small. But they were human. And the galaxy would soon learn that warning the elders had given was not a suggestion to be ignored. It was a prophecy waiting to unfold. Yunho watched the stars from his chamber and whispered, "They will show us, all of us." And so the humans of Daehan Prime continued, unaware of the eyes watching them, unaware of the council dismissing them, but ready to rise when the time came. The galaxy had been warned. Soon it would learn too late that humans were not to be underestimated. The quiet of Daehan Prime's orbit was broken when the first alien scout fleet arrived. Sunwoo stood on the bridge of Hwarang, his hands resting lightly on the controls. Outside, the alien ships shimmered in the black of space, dark and angular, moving with a confidence that suggested experience and power. Admiral Han Jun-seok commanded the fleet. His species had conquered many worlds, and he expected humans to be an easy target. Just another fledgling race to dismiss. "Distance 20,000 kilometers, Hee-jin said, eyes scanning the main display. "They're slowing down. I don't think they've seen us yet." Ji-hoon adjusted the energy readings. "Shields are ready. Weapons are functional. Captain, we're prepared for a standard engagement." Sunwoo shook his head. "Standard won't work here. We don't have their numbers, but we have other advantages. Use the asteroid belt. Force them to fight where we can control it." Suman frowned. "They have advanced sensors. They will see us. That's why we don't move yet," Sunwoo said. "Let them think we are weak." The alien fleet advanced slowly, scanning, searching for signs of life. They did not expect resistance. The humans had few ships, small ones at that, and no one had ever heard of them outside their home system. The Zilari believed the humans would surrender if confronted. "Captain," Ji-hoon said, "they're sending a message." Sunwoo nodded. "Open it, let's see what they say." The message was cold and formal. Translated by Suman, it read, "Humans, your system is observed. You are to remain within your planet's orbit. Any aggression will be met with immediate response." Sunwoo leaned back. Polite but firm. "They expect obedience," Hee-jin smirked. "We could just leave. They won't follow us far." "True," Sunwoo said, "but leaving would show weakness. That is not an option. We show them humans do not bow easily, not now, not ever." The humans began to move. Small scouting ships slipped through the asteroid field, weaving between rocks and debris with precise movements that larger ships could not match. The Zilari followed, their big hulls forcing them into slower, predictable paths. Sunwoo watched carefully as the humans' first small traps were set. "Deploy drones," Sunwoo ordered. "Set up a perimeter. Let them think it's a standard patrol. We want them to underestimate us." Ji-hoon activated the repair drones. "Drones ready, Captain." They can handle minor attacks and repair small damages. Nothing like what they will face if we need them in battle. Sumin studied the energy readings. If we trigger a pulse from the quantum field, we can create temporary distortions in their systems. It won't destroy them, but it will confuse their sensors. "Perfect for our tactics," Sunwoo nodded. "Do it." Hyejin positioned the fleet. "Let them come closer." We wait for the right moment. The Zalari ships entered the asteroid belt, confident and arrogant. They had seen many species bow before them, and they expected the humans to do the same. But as they passed through the rocks, sensors began to flicker. Small energy pulses created brief but sharp distortions. Their ships wobbled slightly and alarms rang across the fleet. "Captain," Hyejin shouted, "they're struggling to maintain formation." "Exactly as planned," Sunwoo said. "Now drones deploy in 3, 2, 1. Swarms of small drones shot from hidden pockets in the asteroids surrounding the larger Zalari ships. They moved quickly, attaching themselves to hulls, emitting signals that forced recalibrations in shields and weapons. The alien fleet tried to react, but the drones were everywhere, slipping past defenses like shadows. Ji-hoon smiled. "It's working perfectly. They can't focus. Their systems are overwhelmed." "Keep calm," Sunwoo said. "We don't want to destroy them. Just teach them to be cautious." Sumin's fingers flew across her console. "The quantum pulse can go stronger if needed. It will temporarily disable small systems. We should be ready to activate it." Admiral Han Junseok cursed through the communicator. "What are these humans doing? Their tactics are unpredictable." "They are clever," Yunho thought far away in his council chamber, watching intercepted transmissions. "I warned you. They do not fight like any other species. They think, they adapt, they surprise." The humans guided the alien ships deeper into the asteroid belt. Each maneuver was calculated. Each pulse and drone placement was measured to maximize confusion. Sunwoo's crew worked as a single unit, communicating in precise, efficient bursts. They moved as one organism, each understanding the other's intent. Hyejin's squadron led the final part of the ambush. "Captain, they're moving into the trap zone." "Good, deploy the final pulse," Sunwoo ordered. Sumin activated the quantum energy field. The Zalari ships shuddered as their sensors overloaded and their weapons faltered. Small explosions occurred as systems short-circuited. Panic spread through the alien fleet and their formation broke entirely. Ji-hoon chuckled. "It's beautiful. They don't know where to focus first." "Hold position," Sunwoo said. "Let them retreat if they wish. We are not here to annihilate, only to show humans are not to be underestimated." One by one, the Zalari ships withdrew from the asteroid belt. Admiral Han Junseok was furious but also surprised. "These humans! How can such small creatures cause this much chaos?" On Daehan Prime, the humans watched the retreat with calm satisfaction. They had won the engagement without firing a single shot directly at the enemy. Their knowledge, teamwork, and clever use of the environment had been more powerful than any weapon. Sunwoo turned to his crew. "Good work. The first message is sent. Humans are not weak. Remember, it's our mind and our unity that is strongest, always." Sumin nodded. "They will report this to the galaxy. Others will come and they will remember this lesson." Hyejin grinned. "I can't wait to see their faces when they realize humans aren't so easy to push around." Ji-hoon laughed softly. "They will underestimate us again. That will be their mistake." Far away in the council chamber, Yunho sighed. "They have made their move. The galaxy will soon learn, far too late perhaps, that humans are dangerous, not through numbers, not through strength, but through mind, creativity, and courage." Even as discussions continued among other elders, the humans of Daehan Prime returned to their daily work. Their ships repaired, their research continued, and their focus remained on preparation. They knew the Zalari would return, perhaps with greater force, and they were ready. The humans had shown that size did not matter, that appearances could be deceiving, and that ingenuity could overcome the largest threats. Captain Lee Sunwoo and his crew had sent a clear message to the galaxy. The humans were awake, the humans were aware, and the humans were ready to defend their home no matter the cost. Yunho watched from afar and whispered, "Yes, this is only the beginning. The galaxy will see them, all of it, and they will wish they had listened." The stars continued to shine around Dihan Prime. Ships moved quietly through space. Humans worked, trained, and prepared, unaware of just how much the elders had tried to warn the galaxy about them. They did not need the galaxy to respect them yet. They only needed to be ready. And ready they were. The humans were small, young, and underestimated. But they were not weak. Not at all. And the galaxy would soon remember this lesson, even if it was too late for some. After the skirmish in the asteroid belt, the humans of Dihan Prime understood that the galaxy was beginning to take notice. Captain Lee Sun-woo stood on the bridge of Hwarang, his eyes focused on the view screen as reports came in from scouts and drones. Engineer Park Ji-hoon tapped his console, checking the energy levels of every ship in the small fleet. "All systems stable," he said. "Minor wear and tear from the maneuvers, nothing serious." Pilot Choi Hee-jin leaned back in her chair, a small smile on her face. "They'll think twice before entering an asteroid field near us again. That first encounter, and they won't forget it." Scientist Kang Soo-min adjusted her glasses as she looked at data streams. It was more than a lesson. We discovered weaknesses in their systems. They will need to adapt if they want to challenge humans again. And we have learned from them too. Sun-woo nodded. "Good. But we can't rely only on luck. They will come back with more ships, better strategies. We need to consolidate our defenses, train our crews, and improve our technology. Humans survive by being ready." In the orbital command center of Dihan Prime, humans worked on rapid repairs and upgrades. The fleet had suffered minor damage, but the drones developed by Ji-hoon had quickly restored hulls and shields. Ships were faster now, their energy weapons more efficient and their navigation systems more precise. Humans adapted quickly, learning from every encounter. Soo-min's lab became the center of human ingenuity. She tested new energy pulses that could disrupt enemy systems for longer periods. Her small team experimented with propulsion fields that allowed ships to maneuver in ways larger fleets could not anticipate. Sun-woo often watched her work and marveled at how humans could turn science into strategy. Meanwhile, in the galaxy beyond Dihan Prime, the Council of Elders began to debate humans more seriously. Elder Kim Yoon-ho argued passionately. "We cannot ignore them any longer. Their fleet is small, yes, but their tactics and intelligence are unmatched for their size." The Zilari were stunned. And this is only the beginning. Elder Park Hae-jin still resisted. "They are clever, yes, but they are untested. 1 or 2 victories do not make them a threat. We have dealt with larger empires with more experience." Yoon-ho shook his head. "Experience does not matter if the species adapts faster than you can measure. Humans are learning, improving, and growing with every engagement. They will not stop. And the galaxy will regret underestimating them." Back on Dihan Prime, Sun-woo called a meeting with his key officers. "We know they will come back," he said. "The Zilari fleet underestimated us once. Next time they won't. We need to prepare for a larger force. Our advantage is our flexibility and our creativity. That is what we will use." Ji-hoon pointed to a schematic on the table. "We can increase our repair drone capacity. More drones can handle multiple ships at once. That will allow us to fight longer without retreating." Hee-jin added. "And we can use the asteroid fields again. They will try to avoid traps, but we can create illusions. Sensors, drones, and strategic movement. They will never know what is real." Soo-min nodded. "Our new energy pulse can be stronger, but it requires careful timing. We can disrupt their fleet in waves, not all at once. That will confuse them and make them hesitate." Sun-woo smiled faintly. "Good. Train the crews, prepare the ships, and test the pulses. The humans of Dihan Prime will be ready. We will survive, and we will defend our home." Days passed with tireless training. Pilots ran simulations through asteroid fields, learning to weave between rocks and debris at high speed. Engineers maintained every ship, ensuring that every system was ready for battle. Scientists experimented with new energy systems, pushing the limits of what human technology could do. Humans worked together, learning, teaching, and adapting faster than any other species in the galaxy. The next warning came unexpectedly. Scouts detected a fleet larger than before, heading toward Dehan Prime. Sun Wu studied the data with his officers. "They are coming back," he said. "And they are bringing more ships." Heejin frowned. "It looks like a full strike force. They must have learned from the last encounter." Ji-hoon adjusted the display. "Yes, but we have learned too. They may have more ships, but our preparation gives us a different kind of strength. They will underestimate our strategy again, and that will be their mistake." Sumin spoke quietly but firmly. "Humans are small in number, yes, but our advantage is our mind and our ability to adapt instantly. They cannot predict us fully. They cannot anticipate everything." Sun Wu nodded. "Exactly, and that is why humans survive. Every species measures power in numbers, in firepower, in size. Humans measure power in creativity, in adaptability, in courage. That is how we will fight." The human fleet moved into position near the outer asteroid belts. Ships hid among rocks, ready for the approaching enemy. Drones hovered invisibly, prepared to repair, distract, and disrupt. Energy pulses were set and calibrated to trigger at the exact moment. The humans were patient. They waited, observing, learning the enemy's movements before acting. When the Zilari fleet arrived, confident and ready for revenge, they found the humans already in control. The asteroid belts that seemed empty were full of hidden drones, energy pulses, and ships that moved like shadows. Every movement of the humans was calculated, every action designed to maximize confusion. The first wave of Zilari ships entered the belt, and alarms began to ring across their command. Sensors flickered, weapons misfired, and navigation systems wavered. Pilots struggled to maintain formation. Sun Wu watched calmly. "Wait for the right moment. Then we show them humans fight differently." The humans launched coordinated attacks. Small ships struck at weak points, while energy pulses created temporary chaos in enemy systems. Drones attached to hulls, disrupting shields and creating diversions. The Zilari could not predict which attacks were real and which were illusions. Their large fleet, strong and advanced, was being controlled by the clever tactics of a smaller, seemingly weaker force. "Captain," Heejin said, "they're losing formation, they're panicking." "Good," Sun Wu said. "Hold position. Let them try to retreat. They need to learn this lesson slowly." Ji-hoon's fingers flew across the console. "Repair drones ready for counterattacks. Shields reinforced. Nothing will break us." Su-min activated the quantum pulse in perfect timing. A wave of energy disrupted the enemy fleet's systems, causing several ships to drift out of formation. "They will have to think twice about challenging us again," she said calmly. The Zilari retreat began. Ships pulled back from the asteroid belt, damaged and confused, unable to comprehend how such a small fleet could control so much space. Admiral Han Jun-seok gritted his teeth. "These humans, they fight unlike any species I've encountered. We must rethink our strategy." Back on Dehan Prime, the humans celebrated quietly. No one shouted, no one boasted. They had defended their home, proven their skills, and learned more about their enemy. They had survived again. Captain Sun Wu looked at his officers. "Today, humans showed that size and numbers do not define strength. We will be ready for the next challenge. Always ready, always clever. That is how humans win." Far away, Elder Kim Yoon-ho watched the transmissions of the battle. His eyes were filled with both awe and concern. They have done it again. Humans are learning, adapting, surviving. The galaxy is about to see something it never expected, and most will not be ready for it. The humans of Dehan Prime returned to their routines. Ships were repaired, crews trained, and research continued. But beneath the calm there was awareness. Humans knew the galaxy was watching, knew other fleets would come. And they were ready. Humans had proven that courage, intelligence, and teamwork could overcome any threat. They were small, young, underestimated, but never weak. As the stars shone around Dehan Prime, the humans prepared for the future. Every challenge was a chance to learn, every battle a way to grow stronger. And in the darkness of space, their presence became a silent warning to all who would doubt. Them, Humans are clever, humans are adaptable, and humans will not be defeated easily, Hyunho whispered softly to himself. The galaxy has been warned, but no one listens until it is too late. Soon, they will understand. All of it. And so, the humans continued, calm, precise, and ready. The galaxy may have underestimated them, but humans did not underestimate themselves. They would survive. They would thrive. And when the time came, they would teach the universe what it truly meant to face a human. The humans of Dahan Prime had learned from every engagement. Their victories in the asteroid belt had shown them the power of strategy, speed, and teamwork. Captain Lee Sunwoo gathered his officers in the command room of Hwarang. The Zalari will not stop, he said. They will strike again, larger and more organized. But this time we do not wait for them. We take the fight to them. Ji-hoon looked at the star maps. You mean an offensive strike? Into their territory? Yes, Sunwoo said calmly. We will show them humans are not just defenders. We are clever, we are bold, and we can take the fight to them before they can fully prepare. Heejin's eyes sparkled with excitement. I like it. They think we hide behind our asteroid belts. They think they know our tactics. This will surprise them. Sumin adjusted her glasses. We need careful calculations. The Zalari home system is heavily fortified. We cannot rely on chance. But with precise maneuvers, careful timing, and our new energy pulses, we can disrupt their defenses before they react. Sunwoo nodded. Exactly. Prepare the fleet. We move at nightfall of their system. No hesitation, no mistakes. Humans strike as one. The human ships moved quietly, slipping past Zalari patrols and using smaller asteroid fields as cover. Scouts reported the positions of enemy defenses. The humans were patient, moving slowly and carefully, their minds focused on the battle ahead. Ji-hoon's drones were upgraded to work in hostile territory. They will repair ships mid-battle if we need it, he explained. They will also create illusions and misdirect enemy sensors. We have tools they cannot predict. Hyejin adjusted the flight paths. We'll need every pilot to follow these coordinates exactly. Any deviation and the Zalari could spot us. Sumin prepared the energy pulses. Timing is crucial. We trigger these pulses in waves. First, their sensors and weapons will fail. Then, when their ships are confused, we strike with maximum effect. Sunwoo looked at the distant light of the Zalari homeworld. We are small in number, but we are smart. Remember that. Let them believe they have advantage. Then we show them humans are dangerous in ways they cannot imagine. When the human fleet reached the outskirts of the Zalari system, the enemy was unaware of the approaching threat. Sunwoo's fleet hid behind gas clouds invisible to the Zalari scanners. They watched, waited, and learned the patterns of the enemy fleet. Captain, Hyejin said, their patrols are changing formation. They suspect something, but they do not know what. Good, Sunwoo said. That is exactly what we want. Patience and observation will be our weapon before the attack. At the precise moment, Sumin activated the first energy pulse. Waves of distorted energy rippled through Zalari systems, confusing their sensors and rendering weapons ineffective. Their patrols scrambled, trying to adjust to the sudden failures, but the humans had planned every possibility. Ji-hoon's drones moved silently among the enemy ships, attaching to hulls, creating diversions and further disabling shields. The Zalari tried to regain control, but every effort was anticipated and countered by humans. Hyejin led a squadron of fast human fighters through weak points in the enemy formation. Their ships darted between larger Zalari vessels, striking where they were vulnerable, then retreating before counterattacks could reach them. Sunwoo observed calmly. Hold formation. Keep pressure. Do not overextend. Humans win by strategy, not brute force. The Zalari fleet commander, Admiral Han Jun-seok, grew furious. What is happening? How can such a small force disrupt our home system? They are impossible. But the humans were not acting recklessly. Every movement was calculated. Every pulse, every drone, every strike was part of a larger plan. They attacked, retreated, and reappeared in unexpected positions. Though Zalari could not predict their actions, Sumin triggered the next wave of energy pulses. Several Zalari ships lost all navigation control for critical moments. Small explosions occurred as minor systems failed. The humans, swift and careful, avoided damage entirely. Ji-hoon's repair drones were ready to patch small damages on the human fleet instantly. No ship will fall to minor attacks, he said. We can continue as long as necessary. Hyejin guided her squadron with precision. Captain, enemy ships are retreating toward the inner defense lines. They are confused, scared. This is working perfectly, Sunwoo nodded. Do not stop. Keep the pressure. We are showing them humans are not to be underestimated. But remember, we are not here to destroy every ship. We are here to teach a lesson. The Zilari defenses struggled to respond. Their large ships could not maneuver quickly enough. Their advanced weapons were disrupted by energy pulses and human tactics. Every attempt to counterattack was predicted and avoided. Humans moved like shadows, striking at the exact moment the enemy was most vulnerable. The battle continued for hours, but the outcome became clear. Humans, small in number, clever and united, were stronger than the Zilari had anticipated. Admiral Han Junseok realized his fleet could not win in a conventional fight. Retreat was the only option. Back on Daehan Prime, the humans waited, monitoring communications from the enemy system. They had struck without fear, without hesitation, and without unnecessary destruction. Their tactics had worked perfectly. Sumin smiled quietly. They will report this. The galaxy will know that humans can reach even their home systems and survive. Ji-hoon added, and they will fear the ingenuity of humans more than their numbers or weapons. Hee-jin leaned back, satisfaction in her eyes. It feels good, not just for victory, but for showing them humans are clever and fearless. Sunwoo watched the stars, calm and focused. We did what was necessary, but we must remain vigilant. This is only the beginning. Others will come and we must be ready. Humans survive because we are prepared, and the galaxy must learn that. Far away in the council chamber of Aurealis, Elder Kim Yun-ho watched transmissions from the Zilari system. His eyes were wide with both pride and concern. They have done it again, he said softly. Humans are not just surviving. They are taking the fight to their enemies. The galaxy is about to witness a species unlike any other, and it will be too late for many to stop them. The human fleet returned to Daehan Prime, silent but triumphant. Ships were repaired, reports were filed, and crews prepared for the next encounter. Sunwoo addressed his officers one last time before disbanding the command meeting. Remember this lesson. Humans survive not because we are strong in numbers, but because we are smart, fast, and united. This is how we protect our home. And this is how humans will be respected across the galaxy. As the fleet rested and repairs continued, humans quietly prepared for the future. The Zilari fleet had learned a painful lesson, but the galaxy as a whole had not yet understood the full potential of humanity. The elders had warned them, but most had ignored the signs. Humans would continue to grow, to adapt, and to fight in ways no one had expected. And in the silence of space, the stars shone on Daehan Prime. Humans moved through the darkness, ready for whatever came next. They were clever, adaptable, and brave. The galaxy would soon learn that underestimating humans was a mistake that might cost them dearly. Yunho whispered. The humans will rise. The galaxy will see them, and when it does, no one will forget what it means to face a human. The humans had proven their strength not in destruction alone, but in mind, strategy, and courage. The galaxy was watching, and the humans of Daehan Prime were ready. The galaxy had begun to take notice. The humans of Daehan Prime were no longer a minor species to dismiss. News of the daring offensive against the Zilari home system spread through communications, intercepted by fleets and whispered in council chambers. Captain Lee Sunwoo stood on the bridge of Hwarang, watching the stars, knowing that the universe now understood a truth it had once ignored. Humans were clever, adaptable, and fearless. Engineer Park Ji-hoon adjusted the controls on the ship. Reports from nearby systems indicate that fleets are reconsidering their movements. They are hesitant to engage humans now. Hee-jin leaned back, a grin on her face. Good, let them think twice. We don't need every species attacking us at once. Scientist Kang Soo-min added, Our reputation is growing. The more they see our strategies, the more cautious they will be. But this also means we need to stay ahead. If they expect us, we must continue to surprise them. Sunwoo nodded. Exactly. Humans survive by thinking, adapting, and working together. We do not rely on size, numbers, or brute force. That is our true strength. In the Council of Elders on Aurealis, Elder Kim Yun-ho finally felt a mixture of pride and relief. They have proven themselves, he said to his fellow elders. The humans are more than the galaxy ever imagined. They survive, they adapt, they teach lessons with precision. And they are young. We underestimated them for far too long. Elder Park Heijin could only shake his head. We should have listened. The Zilari encountered them first and survived. Barely. The humans are clever beyond expectation. They do not fight like anyone else in the galaxy. Yunho's gaze was distant. It is too late for some. But now we must acknowledge them. We cannot deny their power, their intelligence, or their courage. Humans will shape the galaxy whether we wish it or not. Back on Dihan Prime, the humans were not resting. Every victory was a lesson, every engagement a chance to improve. The fleet repaired, trained, and upgraded. The citizens, young and old, contributed to research, resource management, and communication networks. Every human knew their home was under threat, yet each acted with calm determination. Sun Wu called his officers together. We cannot rely on past victories. The galaxy will try to test us, to push us, and perhaps to intimidate us. We must continue to improve, to think ahead, and to act together. Humans survive because we never underestimate what is possible. Ji-hoon displayed schematics for new energy shield designs. If the Zilari return with more ships, these shields will allow us to maneuver in tighter formations. We can divide their forces and control the battlefield. Heijin's fingers moved across her console, showing improved flight patterns. Our fighters can move in ways they cannot predict. Speed, surprise, and coordination will remain our greatest advantage. Sumin activated simulations of potential energy pulse strategies. We can disrupt fleets at multiple points simultaneously. The larger the enemy, the more effective our method. They will never anticipate every angle. Sun Wu's eyes shone with calm resolve. Good. Humans do not fight by fear. We fight with intelligence, courage, and unity. That is what makes us strong. That is why we survive, and that is why the galaxy will respect humans. Weeks later, a delegation from several major species arrived on Dahan Prime. They came to negotiate peace, to understand the humans who had defeated a fleet in their home system. Sun Wu met them personally, standing with Ji-hoon, Heijin, and Sumin at his side. One of the delegates, a stern alien commander named Thalric, spoke. Your species, your tactics, they are unlike anything we have seen. You are dangerous, not in the way of sheer power, but in intelligence and adaptability. We underestimated you, Sun Wu replied calmly. We are humans. We defend our home and our people. We do not seek conquest, but we will act to protect what is ours. Every species should learn that humans are clever, prepared, and united. That is enough. The delegates nodded, impressed. Some even looked uneasy, realizing how easily humans could disrupt entire fleets without firing a single destructive shot. Humans had proven that strategy and ingenuity could outweigh numbers and firepower. In the council chambers of Aurealis, Elder Unho sent reports of the human negotiations. They are achieving what I warned about, he said. Humans are respected not because they seek war, but because they show intelligence, courage, and adaptability. They will shape the galaxy more than anyone expects. Elder Park Heijin finally admitted it. We were wrong. We ignored the warnings, and now we see that humans are extraordinary. Even our best fleets cannot predict them fully. On Dahan Prime, life returned to a busy rhythm. Humans repaired ships, trained crews, and expanded research. Children studied strategy games inspired by Sun Wu and his officers. Scientists experimented with energy systems and propulsion technologies, always looking to improve. Pilots practiced daring maneuvers in simulators, learning to anticipate the unexpected. Every human, from citizen to officer, became part of a larger plan: survival and growth. Captain Sun Wu walked across the observation deck of Hwarang. The stars stretched endlessly around him. He thought of the battles fought, the lessons learned, and the victories gained. Humans survive, he said quietly to himself. Not because we are strongest in numbers, but because we are clever, brave, and united. That is our power, Ji-hoon joined him. We've come far, but I know we will face more challenges. Others will come trying to test us. Heijin smiled. Let them come. They will learn the same lesson again. Humans do not yield easily. Sumin nodded. And we will adapt, always. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. The galaxy, once dismissive of a small, young species, was learning to respect humans. Fleets spoke cautiously of Dahan Prime. Councils debated how to interact with humans. Even powerful empires like the Zilari had to reconsider their strategies when facing this unpredictable species. Humans had shown that courage, intelligence, and teamwork were stronger than arrogance and numbers. Far in the distance, Elder Kim Yun-ho whispered to himself, "The warnings were true. Humans are not like any other species. They think, they adapt, they survive. The galaxy is seeing them now, and they will never be ignored again." Captain Sunwoo returned to his crew. "We fight to protect our home, to protect our people, and to show what humans can do. Remember, our strength is in our mind, our courage, and our unity. That is what makes humans unstoppable." The humans of Dahan Prime had grown from a small, overlooked species into a force respected across the stars. They did not conquer, but they survived, defended, and showed the galaxy that intelligence and courage were more powerful than fear or arrogance. As the stars shone over Dahan Prime, humans continued their work, calm and precise. Ships moved silently through space. Scientists and engineers advanced new technologies. Pilots trained relentlessly. And every citizen, from the youngest child to the oldest scholar, understood the lesson humans had learned. Survival depended on creativity, courage, and unity. The galaxy had been warned. Too late for some, but the humans of Dahan Prime would continue to rise. They were clever, adaptable, and brave. And when the universe remembered, it would remember the humans not as weak, not as small, but as the species that refused to bow, refused to yield, and refused to be underestimated. Elder Yun-ho watched transmissions of Dahan Prime, smiling softly. Humans are awake. The galaxy will never forget them, and no one who meets them in battle will ever doubt what it means to face a human. The humans had won not through sheer numbers or overwhelming firepower, but through intelligence, strategy, and courage. They had earned respect, and they had carved a place for themselves in the galaxy. Captain Lee Sunwoo looked out into the stars once more. "This is only the beginning. The galaxy will test us, yes, but humans survive, humans thrive, and humans will be remembered." And so the humans of Dahan Prime continued, ready for whatever came next. Calm, clever, and united, they would face any challenge. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would not forget. Never underestimate humans, for they are small in size but immense in mind, courage, and spirit.